Hi, Mr. Gallant here with some more help in Tech Ed 1. We're going to show you how to get started with Pivot Animator. So as we talked about in class, this animation program entails a lot: problem solving, creativity, as well as perseverance or stick-to-itiveness. And you're going to create this 30-second animation using a pivot stick figure or multiple stick figures, and we're going to show you the basics of how to get started. Okay, so now you're going to create a series of frames, and you'll be able to see these frames across the top. And there's two ways to do this, and each frame of course will have minimum movements, little small movements. When they're added up and played quickly, it'll make it look like your figure is moving. Okay, so let's talk about that first. So first, here's your stick figure. All the red dots are the points where this thing can move, and it's called pivot because it can pivot at all these different points. Right? You can see all the parts that can move. The orange dot can move the entire figure, and these ones can be moved around, in a million different ways. The figure itself, if you want it to be bigger or smaller, you can see over here the figure scale. So I can make it bigger or smaller, and if I don't want to just scroll like that, I can just hover and just type the size that I want, right? And it can be a little faster. So let's go back to our default here at 100. Okay, now let's do some movements. We're going to start over here. In another video I'll show you how to put in the background, that you're going to have your figure move over. But let's talk about the movement of the figure. So I'm going to add frame. What that does is it shows me the initial position of my figure. Now I'm going to grab the figure and just move it ever so slightly like that. I'm going to hit add frame again. Now I've got two. Now let's make some really slight movements. I'm going to hit add frame and add frame. Now there's going to be ways that you can make it look more realistic in movements by using, moving the legs and stuff. I'm just going to show you some of the basics of what it looks like with frames. Now a faster way to do this instead of clicking add frame every time is to hit your space bar. So watch this. I'm going to move, space bar, space bar, space bar. And now you can kind of do that with two hands. You have one hand on the mouse, one hand on your space bar, and go a little faster. Make some very slight movements with your leg. Just going to do a little kick. Yeehaw! Now we're going to go over here and click play. Let's see what this looks like when it's played. Now it's going to loop. You can see the loop right here. It's going to keep looping unless I turn that off. If I do, it'll only play once. But I'm going to keep it looping so you can see the difference. Now watch what happens. Right now the animation speed is the frame rate per second, so 33.3 frames per second. That's the fastest setting. Now I can slow it down. I'm going to go to the next one. And I can keep on going, and you can see the lowest setting is about 6 frames per second, so considerably slower. So you'll be able to play around with this and see which one fits for you. I'll go right in the middle here somewhere, or so. And you'll be able to play with that and see which one fits best. You'll see some more menus here about deleting the figure, editing the figure, flipping the figure, rotating, mirroring this figure, so I can flip this around, right? So it's like a mirror image. So you'll see a lot of your menu here that you'll be able to play with. If you're wondering how long this animation will be so far, just hover over your frame and you'll see right there it's 2.9 seconds. Almost 3 seconds. So we'll take a lot of small movements to add up to the 30-second requirements, and so that's going to take some of that stick-to-itiveness and problem solving that we talked about. Okay, so that's the basic start, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.